This is an add-on to that SOPHIA Rise of the AI video that I just posted. I forgot to put this in there. Please go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it, so you'll know what I'm talking about here, about the Antichrist and all of that. This is about Google, one of the engineers at Google who actually started a religion, actually a nonprofit organization, a real religion around worship of this AI, and they call it the Godhead. So all of this stuff that we've been saying all these years about Google, they've got control of everything. They've linked everything. Your Google account right here on YouTube, this is Google. Everything's Google. The Google Earth, Google Maps, everything, all of this AI, it's all come to this point in world history. And now SOPHIA has launched her Singularity right now. This is happening right now, this week. This is serious. This is happening right now. And so this is the article about the Google religion and the Godhead and the AI being the Godhead and all of that. So I want you to see that. But I don't want to make any mistake. I'm not calling SOPHIA herself the Antichrist. And it may come across like that when I use terms like abomination of desolation, the soulless machine and things like that. What I do tend to lean toward is this is linked into this mark of the beast, this chip in the forehead that will, I believe it'll probably be a genetically engineered body, probably taken from the DNA of the Shroud of Turin. They've probably been back engineering this for years, and that's probably why we saw the Nephilim races with all the alien, quote unquote, alien abductions where they were harvesting DNA from humans all over the planet over the last, 50 years, 60 years. We've seen that every single abductee saying they took my sperm, they took my egg, they took my blood, they took my tissue, they took my DNA. And so I tend to lean toward the Antichrist body is going to be a genetically engineered sort of superhuman, godlike being that they've recreated from the DNA off the Shroud of Turin, and that this where they're mimicking omnipresence and omnipotence and all of that by linking into this internet of things and being able to spy on everybody through all of their cell phones, everything in their homes, everything they do. That will be linked in through a chip that links into the neurology of the brain of this being. So that's kind of, I don't know exactly how it's going to work. That's just kicking around ideas, but that's sort of what I think. So I'm not saying that this robot here is the Antichrist. What I'm saying is this is a stepping stone, and it's here. All the technology's here. It just launched. So be aware of that. The time is now. So it's not just technology. These mad scientists, this is a religion. This is their religion. They believe that they are creating God. That's why the Illuminati has put all of that into they've infiltrated the truth movement, and now there's a huge percentage of truthers who are anti-Christ. They don't even realize they're anti-Christ, even though the term is the definition. They are anti-Christ. They repeat what these elitists say. They say, man created religion, man did all of this. And, of course, I admit that God and Jesus Christ are not a religion. And yes, people have all sorts of ways, religions and rituals and ceremonies and stuff that they have built around God and Jesus Christ. But God and Jesus Christ, they are the supreme being. They are a higher life form. They're alive. Jesus is alive, is not just some religious cliche. No, we're talking about there are higher octaves, there are higher dimensions, and there are lower dimensions. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about real, live, higher life forms. Jesus Christ, the Lord, in the higher dimensions, in the heavenly realms, and then the lower dimensions, which we call hell. So anyway, they've created this D-Wave computer, this quantum computer that they don't really even understand how it works. But essentially what it does is it reaches into these other dimensions because it can process at such amazing frequencies and spiral out, into all of these different frequency ranges. And they say, well, we don't know how it comes back with these answers and stuff because, the human brain can't compute at the same speed it does. But everybody who knows anything about it knows that it's a quantum computer. It is literally accessing these other dimensions. Just like ghost hunters, they use their little spirit box, they call it, or ghost box or whatever, and it's like a white noise radio, where it picks up different words and stuff and spirit communication through. We know this is like the high tech. This is like the elitist giant Ouija board, the D-Wave quantum computer. It's reaching into other dimensions so that they can talk to these entities. So, okay, so then let's go on with this AI as God. So this is an ex-Google engineer. He's the guy, Anthony Levandowski of Google's self-driving car. He's famous for that. He has literally set up a religious nonprofit organization called the Way of the Future that is devoted to the worship of this abomination of desolation, devoted to the worship of the AI. So all of you people who don't believe that Google and Facebook and all of these people that have been in cahoots to access every single thing you do. This AI knows everything you've searched on the internet, everything you've looked at, every phone call you've made, every picture that you have on your cell phones, that's why we don't use cameras anymore. You don't have to upload it to Facebook. If it's in the cloud or it's on your cell phone, they have it. And everybody uses their cell phone as cameras now. Nobody carries an actual camera. So they have everything. This AI, that's the same people that are working on who are working together for this create this AI godhead, are the very same people that we have all willingly turned over every single artifact of our lives, our identity, everything. And now, if you've watched any of my other videos about frequency and V2K, voice to skull technologies, and brain hacking and all of that, that they can actually even interpret thought patterns by the frequencies. They can actually even read your thoughts. So technologically. Anyway, this is this guy, this Google engineer, the guy from Google's self-driving car that everyone thinks is so awesome. He's so awesome that he has set up this religious nonprofit organization, the Way of the Truth. According to the organization's founding documents, it intends to develop and promote the realization of a godhead based on artificial intelligence, and through understanding and worship of the godhead, contribute to the betterment of society. So they literally believe that they are creating God, that will outthink us and that will be omnipresent, omniscient, and that they've decided that they're going to worship this AI, that this abomination of desolation, this soulless creature that I'm getting ready to show you all the other clips on, is their God. So that shouldn't be a shocker. Is the Antichrist here? Is this it? I don't know, but I believe this is part of it at least.